Hello YouTube, T-Sparks here with a new series I'm starting. It's called I Didn't Ask. That's where I talk about things that nobody cares about my opinion on. So, today we're going to start with the tactics Twilight used in the movie. Now, after the invasion of Canterlot and the capture of Celestia, Luna, and What's-Her-Face, I know, it's Cadence. Don't get your pennies in a twist, guys. Anyway, when Twilight had a one-track mind, go do what Celestia said. Go to the Queen of the Hippogriffs. Or Hippos, as she thought at the time. But during that movie, I kept thinking, well, why don't you go to the Crystal Empire first and get Cadence's guard? They're just sitting there at the Empire. I know they wouldn't have an army big enough to take on the Storm King's army in Canterlot, but what I think she should have done was she should have went to the Crystal Empire, took command, locked down the city, and took at least half dozen guards with her and the girls to go get the Hippogriffs. Then she'd have her own guard force going through Clue's Town and facing Tempest. Let's face it, Tempest is a force to be reckoned with, but she's just one pony. If the guard actually rushed her, enough of them rushed her, she could not stop them. She does not have control over magic. All she can do is blast. They could literally dogpile her and put her into submission pretty easily. Now, what really made Tempest so effective was the psychological warfare. Her presence, her intimidating nature, was the whole thing of why they just rolled over for her. Let's face it, Celestia, Luna were kind of dumb. You know, Luna could have easily teleported out of there, but she's just flying around. And, a big flaw in Tempest's plan was she froze Luna in the air. If Twilight had not caught her, she would have shattered, and then you could not have got her magic. Big flaw. Because we saw what happens when one of these things falls off a tall area. It destroys it. And I don't care what you guys say, the Storm King is dead. So, that was one of the tactics that kind of confused me in the movie. Now, some people say they should have gone, got the dragons, the changelings, and come back and fought. But, from what I understand, the movie was written between season 4 or 5, before we had an alliance with the dragons or the changelings. So I'm going to say that those two are off the table. So I still say she should have went to the Crystal Empire and got the guards, and at least had a half dozen, maybe a dozen with her. And then she could have been actually a force to be reckoned with. She was playing defense the entire time, when, strangely enough, Twilight could have easily won at many points when they were on the ship, for one. Sure, Tempest has her freezing balls, but she couldn't have unlimited number of them. If Twilight was on the deck when Tempest jumped on the deck, she could have easily grabbed her with her magic and thrown her off before she could even blink. And then she wins. But that's not MLP. We can't, you know, be killing bad guys except for the Storm King and Sombra. But that's just a little thing I came up with. I wanted to share with you guys of a tactic that I think they could have used to great effect, but it wouldn't have really worked for the story that was posed. Although there is a couple other things that I want to mention. Why did Twilight never tell Queen Novo she was...
You're a princess too!
A princess. She was third in line in Equestria. and for all intents and purposes, was the acting leader of her country. She could have told Nova, look, if you guys help us get Canterlot back, we'll help you defeat the Storm King so you don't have to hide underwater anymore. But, to be fair, Twilight has a habit of panicking in these situations. Although she can focus at times, like during the Season 4 premiere, when the guards asked for orders. It took her a second, but she rose to the occasion. She did what was necessary and didn't panic. So that's just a little thing I wanted to do about the movie right now. I know the movie's completely irrelevant now, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, thank you all for listening to this, and please support the official release. Bye now.
Wait! Pudding!
You think I'm gonna keep going after that? Can't do that.